Hey comrade, DC Russ here. I wanted to make a quick late night video about something I've been thinking about lately. I've been telling a couple people about the idea that this world is really quite subjective to the point where, we really don't know what's going on in terms of how everything works on a very fundamental, underlying, energetic level. And so I just wanted to kind of share these thoughts with the rest of y'all and see what you think. But essentially, the idea I've been kicking around is that this world is sort of like a labyrinth, like an extremely overwhelmingly complex, designed, intentionally designed realm, if you will, that has infinite number of possibilities, and nobody alive really seems to know how it all works or how it all fits together. And you see so many different variables and so many different possibilities of people and lifestyles and beliefs that it's really hard to kind of navigate all of that and package it up into an objective fashion. This is just such an extremely subjective world that uh, if you want something in this life, there really isn't any better example than the one that is before you in your own path. Um, you see people who do the same things and try to replicate what someone else has done and get very, very poor results. You see other people just rolling in money. They have more money than they know what to do with. And then other people who are struggling to pay rent. Is one of those people working harder than the other? Is that even something that you can quantify? Um, I think the best teacher is yourself. And it's really hard to trust that, especially when you've got advice from people who are supposedly qualified experts or professionals, whether it be someone teaching you how to market products online, or a doctor, or a car mechanic. I'm not saying pretend that you know better than professionals, but I am saying to place a heavier weight on uh, your own ability to, let's say, detect problems with your body, and don't just blindly follow anything. Even in the case of like your car being acting up, take it to a professional. But if something's telling you that, no, I don't believe I need a new transmission, that just doesn't sound right, then take it to another professional. Try to get as much information as you can in order to make decisions for yourself. And stop thinking that other people have your answers. Stop thinking that other people should believe a certain way, believe your answers. That's a very dangerous thing, to think that you have the answers for other people. Um, I just think that each moment, every day, is a brand new, refreshing experience that nobody in the world has ever had but you. And you should try to keep renewing what you believe, what you think is true, and what you want to subscribe to, and therefore the behaviors and actions that then follow from those belief systems. Um, and just to go back to the idea of this is a labyrinth, so many people can experience one thing one time, or even just a couple of times, and then build a belief based on that, and then kind of get stuck into that particular pocket of the universe or of the world, oftentimes for their entire lives. And it could be something just as small as a belief about another race of people, because they saw a behavior one time or a couple times, and now they believe that about that race of people, and then they just go through their whole lives like kind of just stuck into that pocket, that mindset. Or maybe it's something a little more far reaching, like someone's belief about money. And they think, oh, money is hard to get, and I don't deserve it because I don't have enough skills. Trust me, there are a lot of unskilled people that are making an ass load of money, and I don't know how they're doing it. And I'm not saying to go out and replicate or try to replicate what they've done. All I'm saying is don't be so quick to assume that you know how something works or how it fits together, because if you do, you're locking yourself in to a very small feature, a very small corner of this labyrinth. And so, in order to truly have abundance and limitless possibilities in every dimension of your life, you have to keep challenging what has been instructed to you as true, and also what you believe as true, and keep challenging that. And one of the best ways to do that is to talk to people and get what their beliefs are, and don't judge them like, is that a good belief or a bad belief? Are they wrong? Are they right? Just listen to what they believe and try to get in their shoes and try to figure out how they see that. Try to figure out why it is that they believe that. And if you can do that, not only are you opening yourself up to greater levels of possibility, but you're also freeing yourself from judgment, which then in turn creates even more room for possibility in your own life. Because when you're trapped in judgment and knowledge, you're in just a small little corner of this extremely mysterious and intricate labyrinth that we're all a part of. So keep an open mind and be humble, and stop looking at things as right or wrong in black and white, and just kind of float along with your own current understanding of how everything works, and realize that that could be totally wrong, and be prepared to wake up the next morning with a whole different set of beliefs. Challenge everything, accept nothing, and through that, you can free yourself. You can begin to free yourself from the labyrinth. And when you do that, when you free yourself from the labyrinth, you open yourself up to virtually limitless creational freedom. All right? The possibilities are endless because there's a hell of a lot of people doing a hell of a lot of things. And it's a pretty crazy world. So you can do what you want to do, and you can be what you want to be. It might take some time to get there, but keep challenging all the things that you suspect might be in the way between you and where you want to go. Okay? I hope that was helpful. I know it was kind of confusing. It's late at night here, so I hope that made some sense, even just a little bit. If you took away anything from this video, disregard all of the rest of it, because that one thing was what you needed to hear, all right? And put that in your back pocket and just accept that as true until the next moment when you realize that wasn't true at all. I don't know why I thought that. So if any of this helped to get you just a little bit further from the trappings of the labyrinth, awesome. That's the only reason I recorded. I hope that was helpful. Thank you very much for your time. And until next time, this is DC Russ. I'll talk to you soon.